Arizona State quarterback Sam Leavitt is in the portal. We know that, but the big question is, where is he going to go? Anthony Totri, Erik Ruby from the PHNX Sun Devil Show to break down what appears like potentially an early favorite landing spot for Sam Leavitt. Rubis, we talked about it on the PHNX Sun Devil Show on Friday that, of course, the departure from Arizona State, if you're leaving the Sun Devils because you don't think that they can build around you as a quarterback with an O-line and weapons, the immediate thing to do is just to go play for Kentucky in the SEC, right?
I mean, look, this is definitely a Will Stein thing, who's the new head coach at Kentucky, former offensive coordinator at Oregon. That would be the draw. But if you're going to play for somebody that you believe is really good at coaching quarterbacks and turning quarterbacks into, good players, you should probably stay with Kenny Dillingham, who's already done that for you after transferring as a Michigan State backup and now leaving a top 2, top 1 portal target as far as the quarterback position goes. This makes no sense to me. This makes absolutely no sense to me. If Sam Leavitt does end up going to Kentucky, it would be an all-time bad decision, I think, from him and his camp. Kentucky plays on turf. Sam Leavitt's dealing with a lower body injury, and the reason he got that is because he runs too much. Sam Leavitt has struggled in loud environments on the road in his time at Arizona State, despite being a very good quarterback against teams like Texas Tech on the road in his first year, in his first true road start in college football, or teams against Mississippi State on the road this year. We've seen him struggle in loud environments. Guess what? You got about a killer's row of a schedule in the SEC coming up if you're Kentucky. And quite frankly, you don't have the offensive line to protect you. You don't have the weapons that you can rely on. You don't have the infrastructure. They don't have the capital to spend. It would be a mind-boggling decision if Sam Leavitt leaves Arizona State and Kenny Dillingham to go to Kentucky. I don't care if he's getting paid $5 million, because I know he's not getting that from here. I understood when he entered the portal. I get wanting to find other options. Taking $5 million from Kentucky would be an awful decision for his long-term future and his short-term success. It would be one of the biggest head scratchers, I think, in the transfer portal era.
Yeah, multiple outlets reporting that Sam Leavitt is indeed taking a visit to Kentucky. I spoke to somebody a few days ago at this point that said that Sam does have multiple visits lined up. Again, you could, in theory, just commit after that first visit. I would expect Sam Leavitt to take more than just the one visit. Now, he did enter the portal with a do not contact tag, meaning that he's already got a list in his head, at the very least, if not one school, where he knows that he kind of wants to end up at this point in time, Eric. But I echo everything that you said in terms of the fit at Kentucky. I don't see it. If that's what you wanted to do, if this was a money play, then go get the money and just say it's about the money. But if this was about winning now, if this was about illustrating your talent as a potential NFL quarterback, there are far better places to do it than Kentucky. Hell, even some in the SEC. Right? You look at LSU likely has an opening at the quarterback spot. Now, of course, the question is which of these schools wants Sam. I believe Sam Leavitt's the top quarterback in the transfer portal. Eric, I know you and I have kind of gone back and forth on that. Not to say you think he's like 5 or 6, but you think he's probably 2 or 3 with Brendan Sorsby as 1. So we both agree he's a wildly talented quarterback that maybe could have his pick of the litter. And you look at schools that you anticipate as of right now, right, early 2026, that would have an opening at the quarterback spot. Specifically, you look at Miami with Carson Beck being done after this year. You look at Oregon with Dante Moore being widely considered a top 3, potentially top 2 quarterback going on to the NFL after this season, right? So there are a number of big-time schools. Indiana, right? Fernando Mendoza is going to be in the NFL draft in 2026. So there are a number of spots that are in need of a quarterback, whether that's a transfer portal quarterback, a recruit quarterback, etc. So the question now is, like, of all the places, why Kentucky? It has to be the new head coach. I can't think of any other reason that you would choose to go. But then why say that? If you're the team, why say that it's not because of it's not a money-driven situation? And are there not schools? There are not more schools, you're telling me, that can't go spend more money than $5 million on a quarterback?
Sure. I think there absolutely is. Maybe they're not willing to pay Sam Leavitt $5 million, right? And again, and we had this conversation on the show, which people should definitely go check out, where I think Sam's ceiling is the highest ceiling of any quarterback in the portal. But I do think he's had some pretty severe lows, and he's injured right now. If I'm LSU, if I'm Oregon, I'm going with the most sure thing. Sure, I'll take you Sam Leavitt, pay you 4. Somebody else going to pay you 5. Go take 5. I'll give 5 or 6 or 7 million to who I think is the sure thing, somebody who's not injured, right? If he goes to Kentucky, the only reason could be money, right? And I get it. Will Stein for sure. But look at all the schools that you named. Incredible coaches, incredible offensive coordinators,
All three
great
still in the
systems for
college
quarterback,
football playoff.
and established. That's the thing here too, is that Will Stein might be a great head coach at Kentucky. By all means, the reports are that he's a great offensive mind. He's a great coach. He's going to do good things in Kentucky. Who knows? Who knows, man? There's no system in place. There's no infrastructure in place. You, as a quarterback who's coming off of a not so amazing season, having a Liz Frank injury, are going to miss spring ball, not only in a new system for you, but a new system and regime for the program in the most unforgiving conference in the sport, in the most unforgiving schedule you could possibly have. Now, the good news for Sam is no Mississippi State on that Kentucky schedule next year, but it's just, look, man, there's been a lot said about Sam Leavitt, and I do think that his exit was a little tumultuous, and I think his decision making was certainly a part of that. I don't think it's just Sam. I do believe that anybody of that caliber in college football has a team around them who are helping them make decisions for better or for worse. Whatever decision Sam makes, I don't believe will just be Sam Leavitt's decision. And sometimes it's for the better for the athlete, and sometimes it's for the worse. I fully support him going and doing what's best for him. And I'm not him, and I'm naive to the situation, but from an outside perspective, I could have never guessed in a million years. You gave me a million guesses as to what the best situation for Sam Leavitt would be in 2026. Kentucky would never be the answer.
No, absolutely not. And again, a couple things that you bring up. He had the Liz Frank injury. He had surgery on that foot. Don't necessarily know when Kentucky has spring ball or some of these other schools, so I couldn't tell you based on the timeline if he's going to actually be ready or not. There's a chance he is. There's a chance he's not. There's a chance the school doesn't even want him out there practicing for spring ball, right? More so just meetings, that type of stuff. We know what you are. You'll be ready in the fall type of situation. So it's certainly a wild thing to consider. Again, this is all news that came out on January 2nd, the first day that the transfer portal opened. Portal closes on January 16th. So I imagine this is just the latest episode in the Sam Leavitt transfer saga. I imagine we're going to get plenty more episodes before this thing is all wrapped up. Just a yes or no, Rubus. Is Sam Leavitt the next quarterback at Kentucky?
No. No. I can't, man. If that happens, that will be the single most shocking thing I think that might have happened in like portal history, man. No, it can't. That can't happen. That can't. And this is not me from like an Arizona State. Sorry, I know you said like yes or no, but you know me. Not just from like, oh, I don't want to lose him to Kentucky. I don't care. He's gone. He can go wherever he wants. For his own sake, it has to be no. It has to be.
Yeah, I don't see him going to Kentucky. That's my answer as of right now. Again, things change. Of course, we'll keep you updated on the PHNX Sun Devil show. But let us know in the comments, do you guys think that Sam Leavitt is going to go from Arizona State Sun Devil to Kentucky Wildcat? Let us know in the comments. And of course, keep updated with all Arizona State news and notes. Make sure you check out the PHNX Sun Devil show.